Ladies and gentlemen,
Sorry, Rodgers he's gonna fall apart sooner or later. His legs are gonna give out from
I'm
underneath
liking
him.
Tennessee. I'm liking Tennessee with the 3.5. I'm liking them.
Team like the Patriots that I think could be on the rise with a QB like Mac Jones. And then you
Their
have
last
defense
World
right here.
Series win was 2009.
Woohoo!
Matchup is
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on this Doug Saravo show, which is brought to you by our good friends at Unsolicited Role Models, the role models you may not want, but you may just need. This is Dougie's Sports Talk, which is presented by Saravo Broadcasting and the Doug Saravo Show. We're taking your calls, answering your comments via email, Facebook Live, and YouTube, so send them in and be heard. All right, Jimbo, we're going to have Dave come on throughout the show, so it's just you and I hosting.
Again.
Again. We're going to take a few calls. So we're going to talk midway point MVPs and Super Bowl matchups. And for me, at the start of the year, I said Bo Nix, and he proved with that comeback, despite the Giants mismanaging everything. Defense sucked in the fourth quarter. They look decent. Jackson Dart looks decent. Cam Scatterbo looks decent. So I can't complain about the offense. But the defense gave Bo Nix too much time, and I think they're going to be a threat in the AFC West. I really do. I don't know why a lot of people are saying Patrick Mahomes. So I think Bo Nix could be in that conversation. But for me, I want to go with Matthew Stafford. I know he has a lot of talented receivers, but I really believe he's making an MVP case. 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rams are in it for the division. Could they go to the Super Bowl this year? It's going to be tight, but I really like Matthew Stafford this year.
It's not bad. I do like that pick. The obvious choice will still be Baker, but
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to say this one, just a wild card. It's the man that Giants fan knows well, Mr. Daniel Jones, is having an
Yeah.
MVP season and is 6-1.
You're
Now
going with
I'm going with Danny Dimes. He looks really, really good. Now we'll see when he plays better teams. But right now, he's 6-1, and he's putting up numbers that, like, him and Jonathan Taylor put up numbers that no one else is putting up right now.
See, but this is where I think it's going to go wrong for Daniel Jones. I think Jonathan Taylor could get votes and take away from Daniel Jones.
Yeah, but who's commanding offense more, Taylor or Jones?
Jones, but
Exactly.
because you could have made your case last year for Jalen Hurts. I know you were on that bandwagon for him as MVP, but I feel like Taylor is having a great season, a bounce back season. I don't know. I think it's going to be hard for Jones to win MVP
Yeah,
when he has so much talent around him.
Yeah, but Jones is making. That's the point. Jones is making it a point where he has talent. He's making it to where he's just like giving you no choice. Like you put a team around him. Guess what? He actually will perform.
Oh yeah, he's making the plays, he's making the drives, but
Yeah, he looks better than that Richardson. I mean, never was. Richardson could have been that guy, but I don't think he was ready for that at all. Jones was ready for it because he played with the Giants for so long, and he's like, okay, I know how to do this. So I think he'll definitely be, and he could be one of the MVPs. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if Baker comes back when he gets Godwin, Ibuka healthy again, and Bucky back. I could see that, transfer. But right now, we're saying right now, if it ended right now, it's Daniel Jones.
I can't go wrong with that. I don't know. I just like Stafford a lot more.
Stafford's playing good. I mean, I have Stafford as my quarterback. So, but Daniel Jones is playing a lot better than most of the quarterbacks right now.
Yeah, he is. He's making a strong case. I don't know. I just disagree with that. Like, I can't go with Daniel Jones to be MVP just because Jonathan Taylor is in that backfield. That's my only argument against it.
Yeah, but I also will say it just because of Daniel Jones making these incredible passes and plays. And again, everybody incorporated, not just Taylor. He's getting Pittman looks like a freaking top 10 receiver again. Downs looks like a top 15 receiver. Warren, that's his name. the tight end. He looks like
One from Penn State, I believe.
he
Penn
looks
State.
like a top 10 tight end in his own right.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't know. I think there's other players you could look at. Because I think about like who's most valuable. They got two good players in Jones and Taylor.
Yeah.
Baker's just doing it all without his top receivers. So it could go either way, honestly. It could go Baker, it could go Stafford, could it still be Josh Allen? I don't know. I feel like that team's gonna go down the drain. I don't know.
I think he's going to put up numbers and everything. Like he's going to Josh Allen, 100%. He's going to put up numbers, and especially they need to get either go for defense or go for another receiver. That's what they desperately need. That's what they should go for because the trade deadline is the
November
4th of
4th.
November.
Yeah,
Yeah,
November 4th.
so it's coming real soon.
Yeah, it'll be
So
right
the-
around. Like I said, we're at the midseason almost, basically.
Yeah, we're week 8. We're almost halfway.
Yeah, halfway. So if we're looking at this team in the AFC, NFC, who do you think's going to the Super Bowl and winning it? I think it's wide open in both sides. Like I want to go with the Niners, but I also like the Rams just because I don't know how the Niners could perform. AFC side, it could be the Patriots, it could be the Colts, it could be the Bills, but also you could look at the Chiefs going back there for some reason. I don't know, man. This is gonna be this one. There's like really no favorite to win the Super Bowl in my mind.
No, and I think that's definitely a good way to like see it now. Because I mean, last year, like, oh, the Chiefs are looking good. Chiefs are going in, and it's like the NFC side's like, all right, it could be anybody.
Yeah.
But I mean, this year it gets both sides because, I mean, the Chiefs are going to be the same because they have a good offense, especially Rasheed Rice is back, Worthy's back
Mhm.
healthy. They got Hollywood Brown, Juju's a good, like they have a good receiving core. Just the problem is they can't run the ball.
Yeah. And
That's a really big problem.
honestly, you could put the Pittsburgh Steelers there. Like like I said, Aaron Rodgers has to just do enough, and he's doing enough. I know we have plenty of football left where he can decline and he could
Mhm.
disappear like a 42-year-old. But then again, that division is going to be interesting with Joe Flacco leading the Bengals, so who knows? But
Yeah,
I feel like it's wide open this year on both sides where there's really no favorite and there could be like a lot of underdogs. And I think Rodgers wants to prove something to me, to everyone who basically doubted him. He's not doing enough to have an MVP type season, but he's playing decent for a 42-year-old.
like I kept telling you guys, like he's gonna play decent because he's on a good team that's gonna support him.
Like
Like
I
he's
thought it
on
was going to be like this major decline, but
no, could you
I
put
don't
him on
know.
a good? Well, it's just like how Brady was. We thought Brady was gonna decline. We went to Tampa, and he won a Super Bowl, and then he went next 2 years, went to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So like I wouldn't doubt him that much.
Yeah, so this is the first time where I can't pick like a Super Bowl matchup. And on Facebook earlier, I said like the difference between Matty Stafford and Jared Goff is Matt Stafford got over the hump in L.A.
Mhm.
Jared Goff has had two disappointing playoff games against the Niners where they blew that, but I don't blame it fully on him. And that
Mhm.
Commanders game at home field. So like, could this be the year? Maybe this is Detroit and Jared Goff's year because no one's really talking about the Lions. They're dominant, but no one's really talking about them.
That's gonna be their downfall. Like, how do you not talk about the Lions being like the best team in the league, offensively, defensively? How can you stop them? They picked off Baker like 3 times, 2, 3 times, and forced fumbles on them and given too much pressure on Baker. And Baker's an MVP candidate. Like, are you not going to take that away from Detroit? Detroit's playing on a different level. They'll get blown out the next day. They'll blow out like 5 other teams the next following weeks.
Yeah, so I think if we want to get away from the Jared Goff slander, he has to win a playoff game in Detroit. They can't lose another one this year.
No, and they might get home field advantage again. Honestly, that I could see. I could see them just the way the schedule's looking up, and Philly might be the only team that could maybe give a run for Monday because they look like they're coming back slowly. like slowly come back, and we'll see against this Sunday against the Giants if it's actually true, but we'll see. But Detroit looks like the best team right now in the NFC, and on the AFC side, I have to agree with you. I think it's wide open for anybody. There's no
Yeah.
the only team that's really strong that's like, and they're 6-1, are the Colts. Like that's the only team that is like atop of the AFC right now. But who knows when they play good teams, are they gonna falter? Who knows? They also are playing in a weak division. The only other team that's decent
Mm-hmm.
that is about 500 is Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Tennessee, I mean, Tennessee's gonna suck. We all know that. And Houston was on a big decline. Like I said they were gonna happen.
Yeah. C.J. Stroud hasn't improved anything since he got there. I mean, he had one good year.
The rookie year.
Jaden Daniels could be in a sophomore slump. Who knows?
Oh,
I'm just messing with you. We're not getting into that conversation.
you don't want that smoke.
No, I just don't think he's in a slump. It's not a horrible season, but it's inconsistent. That's the word I will use. Inconsistent.
Yeah, that's what I said to you. I said it's inconsistent with last year, and you said no.
No, I wouldn't consider it like the sophomore slump because he's not putting up bad numbers in my mind. That's
He's
just
not
where
putting
I
up.
stand on it.
He's not putting up the numbers that he was last year.
Yeah, that's where I don't consider it like
That's
I just don't consider it a horrible season.
no.
That's
But
that's where we disagree on that.
if you look, but I even said this. You look at the remaining schedule. I see 1 or 2 more wins. That's it. The way that team's playing right now,
Yeah, with if Mariota's starting the rest of the year, or who knows how long Daniels is
exactly,
out.
exactly. Like that team's gonna win 1 or 2 more games.
So who do you think's coming out of the AFC and NFC and playing in San Fran this year? Super Bowl 60.
I got Detroit in the NFC side. That's who I think is gonna go. AFC's like I don't know. Because like the obvious answer would be, oh, we saw it like a couple weeks ago with the Chiefs and Detroit. That could be the Super Bowl matchup. I just don't know. I don't trust the Chiefs as much I usually do. I do want to throw like a new one in there. Like I
Yeah, I
had
don't know either.
I had Buffalo, but the way Buffalo's defense is looking, I don't know. I question Buffalo's defense a little bit.
Oh, the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, Seattle looks good, but do I trust Arnold? That's the
Yeah,
question. That's
because
the only thing.
the Vikings went 15-2 last year, and then they
In
I
the
don't
playoffs
know,
against the Rams, they kind of like fell off.
they looked awful.
Yeah, but we'll see because their defense is playing. He's playing really well too. I still don't know. I like because Cooper Cup is like right now, and they can't. They can run the ball, but they're not really using the running backs as much. They're like
Yeah, that's a good pick for a Steiner, but I don't know the way I'm looking at it. I don't know, tough division.
Yeah, well, yeah. You got the Rams, San Fran, and then Seattle. We don't count Arizona because they're just going to be on the low end, honestly. Um, but yeah, no, I definitely Seattle's going to be a playoff team. I think they'll be a playoff team.
Yeah, they've been playing good football under
They might
Mike
they,
McDonald.
they might surprise a team or two, but I don't know. That's a question mark for me.
Yeah, playoff time. I don't know.
So yeah, I still want to go with Detroit. I think Detroit will dismantle them because they'll have too much firepower.
Yeah, because right now every division and conference is wide open for me.
Hmm.
But honestly, AFC side, no, actually go with NFC side just because I think he'll win MVP. I'm gonna go with the Rams to come out of the NFC. Niners can be, but it depends on their health. So I'm gonna go with the Rams for that at the midpoint. AFC side, ugh.
It's too wide open. That's the problem. It's too like open because like you want to go with the Colts, but at the same time, it's like, do I trust them?
Yeah.
Do I trust them when they have to play these tough teams that won their division and been playing really tough through the whole season? Do I
Y-
trust them?
Yeah, AFC side is iffy for me.
I mean, obviously, like who knows? Because you could say, oh well, Baltimore could come back and win that whole thing because they got an easy stretch coming on and everything. You could say
Yeah,
them.
and
You could say
here's one you could throw in there. I mean, it's not happening, but you never know. Flacco like plays out of his mind. The Bengals like get into the playoffs. Somehow Joe Burrow comes back healthy, and they go on a run. Imagine that. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be interesting.
well, I mean, they have the easy schedule coming up. They got to play the Giants. I think they got to play the Bears. They got to play like a couple handful easy teams. So we'll see.
See, you could even throw in the Patriots, and
Mm,
it's not so much just because of how good Drake May's been playing. I like Mike Vrabel as a head coach. He's doing the same thing that he did with the Titans, and
mhm.
he's doing it with the Patriots. So honestly, just because based on their record, I'm just going to put the Colts there just because they're the best team right now. It's the midway point. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know what's going to happen come week 17, 18. Then we'll have our final pick. So I'm going to go with the Colts just because they're the best team right now, and I really
Yeah,
haven't seen anything. I can't pick any other team. It's like too wide open for me.
yeah. I agree. Like, once we get into like the December area and everything, and it's getting close. I could see it.
All right, so before we get into our free for all, whatever we decide to talk about regarding this week,
Hmm.
Steiner's Corner triple play. Maybe we could get Dave on for his pick. So tonight is who? Minnesota, LA.
Yeah, I think it's 3.5. I was looking at it before. I already have mine already set up already for myself.
Yeah, these are good matchups too.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so Minnesota or the Chargers are 3.5. They're the favorite.
Hmm.
Miami, Atlanta 7.5. New York
Hmm.
and the Bengals 6.5. Cleveland and
I
the
like.
Patriots 7.5.
Hmm.
Giants, Philly. Philly's the favorite at 7.5. Buffalo, Carolina. Buffalo's 7.5. Chicago, Baltimore. Baltimore is the favorite 6.5. San Fran and Houston. Houston 1.5. Tampa and the Saints 4.5. Dallas, Denver. Denver's the favorite 3.5. They're playing home again. Colts, Tennessee. Ooh, this is a 14.5. Colts.
Yeah, I could see it.
Green Bay, Pittsburgh. Green Bay is the favorite at 2.5.
Yeah.
And then Washington, Kansas City. Kansas City 12.5.
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere towards those blowout ones because it could be very true. It's easy toss. So like the Kansas City one is very, very easy enough to predict. And so
Yeah.
is the Indy one. I think Indy's going to blow them out of the waters. The one I looked at and I like, and you might agree with me because they're very weak right now. I know the quarterback's coming back and everything, but the defense is still unhealthy. I like the Bears at 6.5.
I can see that.
I like the Bears because they've been playing very, very well. They've been moving the ball around, running the ball. Swift has been having a big game and everything. They can run the ball against them. I like I like them at 6.5. The Bears.
I like that. Bears 6.5.
I like that a lot.
All right, so that's the first one in the triple play parlay. We're gonna go with the
Yeah,
Bears
the Bears.
at 6.5.
Yeah, and then you got yours. And then Dave, apparently, we had to do a different one for Dave because he didn't like doing the Patriots one,
Yeah, he don't like doing his favorite teams. He
which
saw
that's
me at
fine.
work the other day. He's like, "Come on, I don't bet my favorite teams," and I think that one came out too. So,
Yeah, so that one could be, it could be a different one, but you could do yours.
all right. So Steiner, if you're watching, the first one is going to be Chicago 6.5.
Hmm.
All right. So for me, this is interesting because a lot of these games could go either way. It could be a close one. It could be a blowout. Like Dallas, Denver could go either way, honestly.
Hmm.
But the one I honestly like Carolina to cover. Do I think they'll win the game? I don't know. But I like them to cover. So for me, I'm going to go with Carolina to cover that.
Was it 7.5?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Carolina to cover
I
that.
mean, if they can't stop the run and everything, then yeah. What's this one? Chauncey Billups takes the
Chauncey
Giants.
Billups takes the Giants to beat Philly. Philly. The
Yeah,
Chauncey Billups joke in there.
that's funny. All right, so you have
I'm going with Carolina to cover. I don't know if they'll win
yeah.
the game, but I like Carolina to cover.
Yeah, and it's in Carolina, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're undefeated at home. That could be a game like a trap game, pretty much. We'll see.
And Buffalo's been struggling, so
But they're stopping the run and everything.
yeah, so I'm gonna go with Carolina to cover.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Let me see if I can get Dave on.
We gotta call them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send him a quick text saying if you want to do your Steiner's Corner call up. Yeah, I like the games this week. I think a lot of them could go either way.
Yeah, a lot of them are gonna be, I think, close games and everything. Some of them are. They still ones that are they are being blowouts, like the Tennessee Colts one. That's gonna be definitely a blowout.
Yeah. In Indianapolis, yeah.
Yeah, because Indy's gonna be the one of those teams that I think is gonna be decent, but I just don't know when they face a good team.
So I don't know if you saw the podcast or maybe you got it in the group. Supposedly, I don't know if these rumors are true. Supposedly, either way, the Browns are starting Shador Sanders in their final 4 games.
I mean, that could be because if they lose games and everything, they're gonna like they can't. I say if they get into week 11 or 12, maybe start the last 4 with him or the last 5 and 6, because then it's like, all right, do we start? Do we start him just to see if he's gonna be good for next year, and do we that? So I can see.
So the Giants-Eagles spread is Eagles 7.5. Honestly, I think the Giants can cover that. Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbill have been putting up points against top defenses. Eagles, 34 points. Denver, 32 points. Philly, Barkley hasn't been putting up the numbers he has at last year. That could go either way. Do I think the Giants win the game? I don't know. But I think they can cover. 7.5 is not a lot. So, Giants, I feel like that could be a risk, but I think that could also be a good bet if you did the Giant spread.
Yeah,
Philly hasn't been playing. Philly hasn't been playing good football.
I mean, Minnesota game, I think they play their best consensual football. If you think about it, they're airing out the ball a lot. I think Brown got like his 2 touchdowns and like 120 yards. Smith looked good. The running game looked decent. Like they're moving the ball a lot around. So I I think it's gonna be a closer game than people think. I believe.
Yeah. Oh, good. You're starting to realize.
Well, no, I still think the Giants could lose that game, which is they probably will cover. Because like I told you, I don't. Now we saw it last week. The defense, I don't trust that much anymore.
Yeah, I was going into this season, and this is where we do our free for all conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I was going into this season saying the defense is going to be dominant. Good luck against the Giants defense. But this is the second time where I've seen them blow a lead like that. They gave Bo Nix a lot of time to come back. And he ran the ball down the field. It's not like how you're looking at, like, he had so much space just to run the ball. And I'm watching, I'm like, what is going on? And this wasn't the second time I saw it. The first time I was on Playmakers on the cruise, and when we were watching the game, Giants, Cowboys, Steelers, a whole bunch of fans, they let that go down the field, and they lost by a field goal. So I think for the Giants going into next season, they have their quarterback. They have their running back. They're going to have neighbors. They may have to fix a few pieces on the O-line, but it hasn't been as bad as it has been. Something's up with the defense. The defense has not been the same since Wink Martindale. I'm not sure what's going on over there. Do you fire Daves? Do you fire Bowen? But the way they let them go down like that, yeah, Dart threw an interception, but I don't blame that on him. I really don't blame him on
He
that.
got hit. He got hit when he threw that ball. So
Yeah.
like it was going right into his hands.
But I'm thinking to myself, how did they lose that game? Realistically, how did they lose that game? And I was sitting with my friend Joe, who's a Broncos fan, and we went back and forth the whole game. He's like, "Oh, what's going on with the Broncos defense? I thought they had the best defense in the game." It's like, "Oh, you're facing Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo now." But the Giants should not be 2-5. Their defense cost them multiple games. Their field goal kicker, who got cut by Rutgers, lost them that game. But it's unbelievable when you have big-name defensive guys. You brought in a lot of cornerbacks, a lot of safeties during the offseason, and they look lost out there. I don't know what's going on the defense, but I can't blame the offense right now for the Giants. Their defense, I think that's their issue right now.
Yeah, I mean, especially like your guys' schedule is just crazy. Like I still mind boggles me the schedule you guys have. Like give them they gave you guys the hardest schedule known to man. It's like do you really think they're going to go like that win that many games? I'm just like bare minimum I saw that like them win like maybe like 4 games.
I still think they could win at least 5, but they can't lose to teams like the Saints, the Raiders. They have to.
Well, I had to beat the Raiders. I think that's
Yeah, that should be a win. But
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it could be different against Dallas with Dart. So
Yeah,
like that's also why I said the Steelers are a top team, because they have a good defense, but I just think Rodgers could hold them back. Obviously, he's not doing that right now.
Yeah, I mean the defense is the problem right now, but I think sooner or later it could be fixed. That's what it is. I think that the sooner or later I think that defense could be fixed and they'll be fine. But we'll see. I'm not gonna. It's still a little too early. We're not even halfway through just yet, and they're still 4-2. I'm not gonna complain just yet. And if this is the test coming this Sunday, is against Green Bay. Green Bay is considered a top playoff team and a Super Bowl contender team. If we can knock them off, I think the sky's the limit for them.
Yeah, and this is probably the game of the week for me. Green Bay Packers against Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm glad they didn't make it the game of the week on Fox. I'm glad it's an NBC game.
Yeah.
And I like what Rodgers said. He said the organization was good for me. Of course, it didn't go the way we wanted it my last year there, but I don't look at it as a revenge game. So how do you think he's going to fare against the Packers? How is Rodgers going to perform against Micah Parsons? They have a great defense, the Packers. So can he handle that against a great young team?
I think they have a good front, but I think the problem is their corners. The corners are decent, and especially you got to go against DK, Calvin Austin coming back, being healthy. I think he's a threat, and I think Rodgers gonna want to put up big numbers against them. You know, like he did against the Jets. He put up big numbers against the Jets. He put up like I think what was like 200 to 300 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So if it's a revenge game, I think he's going to want to look for it. So expect him to have a big night and not make too many mistakes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think that's Green Bay is the favorite 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, I would take Pittsburgh with that, but I don't. Like, I'm like Dave. I don't really go against my team that much. Like I try to like not be biased by it.
Yeah, that's why when the Giants played, what game was it? I think it was both games. I said I think the Giants could cover, but I'd rather not bet it just in case. Yeah, it was the Philly game and it was the Denver game.
Yeah, I mean, no, they were. I mean, they covered both games. I mean, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, they did.
So I mean,
30+ points on 2 great defenses.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to give our thoughts for this upcoming week, any predictions we may have. So we'll be right back.
But to go and like react from a fiscal standpoint and from a civil rights standpoint to close everything, I find it hard to get behind.
Democrats. Thanks to Democrats. Thanks to the Democrats, by the way.
Nancy Pelosi should not be 84 years old and still be sitting as the House Speaker.
Like an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Actually, like can get in there and like do things, like Donald Trump Jr. Like
Puerto Rican. You're Latino.
I'm an American.
I would like Ivanka to run.
Yeah, or Tulsi Gabbard. She's
Ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, Rodgers he's gonna fall apart sooner or later. His legs are gonna give out from underneath.
I'm liking Tennessee with the 3.5. I'm liking them.
Team like the Patriots that I think could be on the rise with a QB like Mac Jones. And then you
Their
have
last
defense
World
right here.
Series win was 2009.
Woohoo! Matchup is
All right, it's time for the final segment of Dougie's Sports Talk. All right, Jimmy, what do you think could happen this week? What's like your game to watch, your intriguing headline? What do you got for us?
You already know what it is. Forget Rogers' revenge game. Green Bay's coming to town, and he's looking for revenge. I think that's going to be the game to watch this Sunday. I mean, last Sunday was a decent game, but this game coming up this Sunday has more animosity towards it. It's two great franchises going against each other. Jordan Love wants to prove that he's the right fit for Green Bay, and Rodgers wants to say, "Hey, look what you missed out on. Like, I still got it.
Yeah.
At my age, I still got it."
So if I'm looking at a game to watch, and I think it is actually the game of the week, I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys against the Denver Broncos.
That's going to be a game.
Because how can Bo Nix and that Broncos offense go up against this terrible Dallas defense, which they are terrible? But how can Dallas perform? How can Dak Prescott and Dallas perform against Denver? Tyler Booker is out. They have at least 10 injuries this week. How can they perform against that Denver team who looked a little bit inconsistent against the Giants? They're 3-1 in this division. They're second in the NFC East. And if you're a Cowboys fan, what you want to see is you basically want to see the Giants win this game. Because if the Giants win, I believe the Eagles will go to 5-3. And the Eagles will go to 1-2 in the division, where the Cowboys will be 2-1. So the Cowboys are technically still alive to win this division. So that's why I'm saying this is a game to watch. Because the Broncos, who are 5-2, could go 6-2 on a 5-game winning streak. And I'd say put that division to bed. So realistically, when you look at the AFC West, and you got the Broncos at 5-2, the Chargers at 4-3, the Chiefs at 4-3, and you look at the NFC East, where the Eagles are 5-2, the Cowboys are 3-1. This is a must-win game for both teams. I say that for many reasons. That division, AFC West, there is no declared winner just yet. Realistically, there's no declared winner. And even though this isn't a divisional game, that tiebreaker is going to make a difference.
Yep.
Because Denver is only 0-1 in divisional games. The Chargers are 3-0 in divisional games. And this is the key factor right here for the Cowboys. 1-3 on the road. If they are serious about being a legit playoff contender, winning that division is a must. Because being 1-3 going on the road, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm not feeling confident. I'm not feeling confident in my team winning. So realistically, if you want to prove to yourselves, the fan base, and even Jerry Jones, that the Cowboys are for real, go out and win in Denver. Because then that makes it wide open for them to make the playoffs, and it makes it wide open for the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Chargers to still win that division. specifically the Chargers, who have a 3-0 divisional record.
Yeah, I say the only with the Chargers is they got to do something because they're weak right now and everything. They were looking good until Joe got hurt, um, Harrington got hurt and everything. So I would be next couple weeks is going to be rough for them, or even it's this week. I think like next week Joe comes back and everything. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. So for me, that's the game to watch: Denver and Dallas.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I think that's gonna be a very good game.
So I know we mostly specifically talk football on Dougie Sports Talk, but Steiner wants to know our World Series projection. What do you got, Jimmy?
Well, Toronto looks decent, but I mean, I'm not gonna fault the Dodgers. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, I think it's the Dodgers.
Yeah, as much as I could care less who wins, as much as it would be cool to see Toronto beat the Dodgers, I just think the Dodgers are going to win it in 6 games. And I really don't want to see either team win, but you know what? If the Dodgers win, Blake Snell gets a ring. Tyler Glass now gets a ring. So 2 Tampa Bay Rays gets a ring. So, and then if the Dodgers do lose, I think the world will celebrate, but that's just me. And Steiner, thank you for bringing this up. The Devils are the best team in the National Hockey League right now. 6 straight games of winning hockey. Best team in the league. 6-1. Jack Hughes is playing well. Nico Dars had a great game last night against the Minnesota Wild. So, Devils, baby.
They're looking good so far. I've been watching a game or two, and they actually are looking really good last night. Like I was in between that game and an opener with the Knicks and everything last night.
Oh, yeah, the Knicks.
Hmm Yeah, I forgot what fan are you? Oh, I forget you're a Cavs fan.
Well, it's only one game.
Yeah, but the Cavs or Knicks are supposed to be this team that's supposed to take that division, and the Knicks look better.
And I think the World Series. I say
It's Fridays.
6-7 games.
She said, it starts in Toronto, right?
Yeah, tomorrow in Toronto. So
Yeah. I could see it going 5 or 6.
yeah, I think it could go 6 or 7.
Like I said, maybe Toronto could upset the world and take 2 games in Toronto. Who knows?
Yeah, Canada versus USA.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
That's pretty much what it is. That's what I feel. That's how I feel about it. Canada versus. Well, I saw a meme. Someone said Canada versus a few guys from Japan, which is Yamamoto, Shohei Ohtani,
and Sasaki.
Sasaki.
I mean, that's true. That's funny.
Yeah, so I think, Mike, it's going to be an interesting series for sure. I really wanted Seattle to go there. That's who I was really pulling for. It would have been cool to see Seattle versus Dodgers. The Mariners, they haven't been to a World Series yet, so they were that close. Think about it. They had a 2-0 series lead, and then all of a sudden, their bats woke up in Seattle. That was a great series. I thought it could have gone either way. I think the Mariners will be back, but I don't know. I just feel like with the World Series, it could go either way. Realistically, it could go either way, but if there was a team that I'd rather see win, just because they're the Dodgers, I don't want to deal with that arrogant fan base, the Dave Roberts. It's not gonna. I don't mind if they win, but since they're in a whole different country and we don't really have to deal with the fans or the fan base compared to teams in the U.S. and Dodger fans being all over the place, Yankee fans being all over the place, we don't have to deal with Toronto fans. So I think I'd rather see the Blue Jays win because we don't got to deal with them. So I'm going to go with Toronto. if there's a team that I want to root for. I mean, I go with Toronto. Despite I really don't care, but that's who I'd root for. All right, Jimmy, before we wrap up, any prediction? Aaron Rodgers field day. Jackson Dart beats the Eagles. Caleb Williams has a great game. What's your prediction for this?
You just said it. I think Caleb Williams is gonna have a decent game against the Ravens.
If that defense is injured, so
Yeah, we'll see. And prove me wrong, or prove me
That's
right
po-
at least.
that's possible.
We'll see.
And honestly, for me, so you look at these games, you got Miami, Atlanta, you got Minnesota Chargers, Jets, Bengals, Cleveland, New England, Giants, Eagles, Buffalo, Carolina, Chicago, Baltimore, San Fran, Houston, Tampa, New Orleans, Dallas, Denver, Tennessee, Indy, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, and Washington, Kansas City. I saw something on Instagram. Something with Joe Flacco. It said something about Joe Flacco. Yeah, I think maybe something about he beat every. I might have sent it to the group actually. But I think Joe Flacco is going to have a field day against the Jets.
I think so too. I don't know because Tyrod's playing, and I think he could move the ball against that team and everything. So we'll see. It might be a high scoring affair. Imagine this is the first win the Jets get is against Cincinnati.
And their former quarterback.
Yeah, imagine that would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, who would have thought that?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let me see if I have this. I saw something with Flacco.
Because like every team that he beat or anything that he played on.
Oh, okay. Joe Flacco got a win with two different teams before the Jets got one this year.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot about the yeah. Oh,
He
yeah,
won a game with Cleveland, and he won a game with Cincy.
That's funny.
Joey
We'll
Flacco.
see. We'll see. I mean, he's right now got to prove it. Prove it on the table. Can you beat the Jets, or the Jets going to beat you?
Yeah,
Who knows?
and it's Fields playing.
No, I think it's Tyrod.
It is Tyrod.
Yeah, and which he can move. I mean, he against the Panthers. The Panthers have a decent defense. He was moving the ball pretty well against them.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So we'll see. And the defense looked decent against them. So we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. All right, as always, I don't think Dave's joining us. He's in Maryland right now for some vacation, so
Oh,
I doubt he'll join us. So, as always, we got Jimmy, we got Dougie. Appreciate everyone supporting us, and we'll see everybody next week, same time, same network, and see everybody then.
bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Take care.